Hi everyone, this is Germain, Teresa, and we have a special guest today, John, who is Teresa's better half. So welcome back to the talk show, and it's been actually a little bit longer than usual. It's been probably close to 4 weeks since the last time that Teresa and I recorded something. And
I
of
was at the
course,
cottage.
hello?
I was at my cottage. I was at the cottage.
That's
Yeah.
exactly. And so we are still in this pandemic. We are now hearing on the news that things, there might be light at the end of the tunnel, and things might be very slowly and progressively going back to normal. But anyway, so with that in mind, let's again be very spontaneous. And even now, I'm just noticing that my internet connection is a bit weak. I guess it's because the whole world is on. So we're competing for bandwidth. So anyways, again, welcome back to the show, Teresa and John.
Thank you.
And we were just talking about, before we started to record, about, how things have changed. And actually, I took a note, Teresa, when you said, with this situation, everything that's going on, basically, the whole world, and even you guys, with the way you do business, with your businesses, you, to a certain extent, you have to reinvent your way of doing business, or reinvent yourself, including, staying at home with the kids. And, John, you're doing the online schooling with the little guy. So tell us a little bit more about that. Let's start with you, John, and about online schooling. How's that going?
That's going really nicely. Jay Len likes to learn, and he's very motivated, I guess. He gets up and does it, and he likes school, he likes learning, and so he does his math, he does his reading, he does his stuff, and he also likes to watch videos at the same time, YouTube.
Multitasking.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. All our older kids are the same way too.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and so when he's online, so do you have to monitor? Do you have to to make sure that he's doing his work, or do you just let him be?
No, we check in on him. I go in and out, watch what he's doing, and sometimes he'll have recess. He'll make his own recess sometimes. So he gets breaks, and so
press pause.
Yeah.
So he'll go and go online and watch his videos.
His YouTube.
Okay. And I was asking earlier, Teresa, but you might also want to say something about so how does he keep in touch with his friends?
Well, he's been using Kid Messenger is how he's been communicating with his friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So the only thing is that, he takes over my cell phone.
So
I gotta share.
You have to share the appliances.
I have to share, yes.
So John, do we have to call you professor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's moved from teaching driving now to homeschooling.
So now, having said that, and you're gaining experience on that side. So what about the impact of this, again, stay at home and physical distancing due to the pandemic? How is that affecting your business? Well, we know that right now the driving school is not working.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking about in terms of a slow reopening of the school?
Yeah, we have to make some changes. In the classroom, we teach young people to be drivers. We teach adults to be driving instructors. And in the instructor course, we have just 3 students in the car. In the teenage driver course, we have 1 student in the car. So for classroom, we have to spread people out and probably reduce the number of people in the classroom. Yeah. And we're going to see what's the maximum we can fit in our space. And for in the car, is going to be cleaning and sanitizing procedures before and after every student who gets in the car. Yeah. So
things are definitely going to be different.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. No one will be allowed if they have a cold or cough or
Yeah.
Mhm.
something like that. They
Yeah.
have to stay home.
So thank you for sharing, John, because I think it's a very important point for the viewers. And that is, for most of us, in fact, I'm not sure if I can think of one example where things are going to be exactly the same as before when we resume post-pandemic. So, even you guys with your driving school and again, the other businesses that you have, there's going to be some adjustment. And the main message here is, well, okay, let's look at it and let's adjust accordingly. And it doesn't mean that things are going to be worse. It might just mean that things are going to be slightly different for the foreseeable future. It doesn't matter if you have a driving school, if you have a restaurant, if you are a office worker. I think we can all expect that things are going to be different in the future and not exactly the same as before the pandemic. And I wanted to thank you, John, for sharing with us that even in your environment, you're constantly thinking about how things are going to go back to normal. Well, whatever normal means when we're resumed. So
Yeah.
thank you for that. And thank you for sharing your experience as a professor. Teresa, before the when we were talking earlier, you mentioned that you were a bit disappointed to note that online videos and posts that are a bit depressing and a bit sort of dramatic tend to get more views and more traction than positive and encouraging videos. So tell us what's on your mind.
Well, like I think again, like where we are and where we live, like we should be so grateful, like even so our life has been somewhat interrupted, we can still walk outside, we can still line up and go get our groceries. Like, so you might have to stand in line for a half an hour or an hour. It's okay. We can still go out and do those things. And then also being with our kids, like we have the kids, they're our kids. Like we should enjoy that we get to be home with them. I mean, you might not be able to do your work at the time that they're doing their schoolwork, but you have to make that shift where you work in the evening time where they're having quiet time, watching a movie or something like that. But it's just adjusting, your day. Like I've been working from home for 27 years. Even when we get an office, I still like to work from home. And I've worked with my kids and I've been around them. I mean, you just work a little bit, a little bit different than what you're expecting. Your kids aren't out of your, they're not out the door for 6 hours. They're in your door. So you got to learn how to accommodate that. And
Right.
it's not horrible being around them. Like we're loving every moment being with our son and our older kids too. Like we barely see the teenagers now. We're talking to them more. They're having dinner with us. Like we get to be around our family, and this is really, really awesome. How
Yeah.
about you, John? Feel the same way
Yeah,
as me?
yeah, definitely,
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
yeah. And we're both in the kitchen cooking now too, which is nice. And John's unloading the dishwasher, and like we're doing things more as a team in our house.
Yeah. That's excellent. Um, Also, something that you had mentioned, and I forget all the details, and that's the reason why I want to bring this up. But you were thinking about a specific example, and that was a orphanage in Africa. Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah. I was just reading my friend's post, and like these people, they earn very little money, and like lockdown to them means there's no government handouts. There's nothing. Like whatever you got in your house is what you got in your house. And they said these people will literally starve to death. Like there's nothing. They don't have Superstore. They don't have Costco. They didn't get to stock up before this happened. They don't have credit cards. At least we got a credit card to buffer us if worse comes to worse, right? But they have nothing.
Yeah.
And I just remember just looking at it and thinking, God, this guy is serious. Like he actually could die if he gets locked up in his house for like a month or two with his family.
Yeah. So what we think is hardship might not necessarily be hardship for other people, right?
No, not at all.
We're
Like,
still spoiled in our hardship.
we are so spoiled. Like we have everything. And the thing is too, like I've been decorating the house and it's something that I love doing and buying pieces and stuff. And one of the comments that you made to me was like, it's so nice that we get to sit in this nice house and enjoy all this stuff that you that you bought and over the years, you know. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And like we're totally appreciating it all, you know. It's nice that we have
Yeah.
the colors on the walls that we like, and you know, the couch that we like, and you know, we have everything inside of our homes, and it's really nice to be home.
Beautiful. So let's wrap this up. So what would be, you know, given everything that we've just talked about, Teresa, what would be, you know, one last message or one last thought that you would want to leave the viewers with?
Just I think just be thankful for where we are, and thankful for the friends and the people that we have in our life. And yesterday was my 50th birthday,
Yay!
and
Happy
and
birthday.
I'll show you what my mom gave me for my birthday. I thought, wow, Mom, you didn't have to do this.
$50
Wrapped in plastic.
$50 bill for 50 years old. That's pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
Professor John, any last word?
No, really just, I think, yeah, make the best of everything. Enjoy your time and make the best of the time that you have.
Totally keep him busy.
Okay, guys, I thank you very much. Again,
Thank you.
this was a fun time to be chatting with you guys. And for the viewers, thanks for watching. And just before you go, again, please go down this video, click like. We would really appreciate that. And we do welcome any comments or any questions that you may have for either Teresa, John, or myself. And we will get back to you. So again, thanks for watching.
See ya.
Bye-bye.